So this is the Hasbro Marvel Legends Gamerverse Psylocke vs. Thanos 2-pack. This is their Marvel vs. Capcom, not really release of figures. The first one I've gotten from their line of Gamerverse 2-packs. This first one that's been released, I think. All the other ones have not released yet. So the presentation is pretty nice. I like the package. It's really, really nicely done. Thanos looks good. Psylocke looks good through the window. On the back side, we get a very cool photoshopped version of the figures, as well as like a in-game, like a health bar on top. So that's cool. It shows some of the other figures in this line: Silver Samurai, Omega Red, Wolverine, and War Machine. The side has some nice game pixelated art right there. So let's go ahead and crack this open and check out what all the hype is about regarding these two here. So I luckily found this in store at my Target. Somehow, some way, was the last one on the shelf. I had to take a picture because I had gone to Target like 5-6 times before then looking for this 2-pack specifically. People are sleeping on this Thanos figure. You know, what's with the disrespect with this Thanos? I see people buying the 2-pack, selling Thanos for like nothing, and keeping Psylocke, which I get it. We're going after Psylocke. Psylocke's the star of the show. This is the best looking release here compared, because this Thanos we've gotten before. It's just a repaint, so it's a remake, I guess. It's an upgrade. It's got a new sculpt on it, a head sculpt, but the body I think is the same. We're going to compare it next to the old one to really see. But in hand, it looks fantastic. It looks great. I think people need to give this one a shot, unless you just don't care for it. But the head sculpt looks nice, and so does the body. Everything looks good on that. We'll get to Psylocke, obviously, but Thanos really only comes with one accessory, and that is his snapping hand here. So one thing about this Thanos though, it's very glossy. Like the yellow is very, very glossy, as you can see. Obviously, looks like plastic. It is plastic, but it's just a little too glossy. It looks good because it's based off a video game and comic book, so it's very vibrant. I don't mind it because of that, but a lot of people want to use it for their comic displays. Hey, that works too. I think it works for animated, it works for comic book. It's a cartoon, it's an animation, it's a drawing, it's a super villain, whatever you want to put it. It's not meant to look realistic. I'm not trying to defend it, but I think if I had to choose, maybe go a little less gloss next time. But overall, it looks great. It's fine. I think it looks good. I like the Thanos. So now the difference here is, look at Psylocke. So if Psylocke had glossiness on her, I would be upset. That would make it look so ridiculous. I don't know. I think a more matte look it's always better. Glossiness just, it doesn't look great, even though they're plastic toys at the end of the day. I know it's kind of weird to say, but we're trying to make them look realistic for photography and for displays. So we don't want it to look like toys. We want it to look like toys, but realistic toys. Does that make sense? I don't know. Let's carry on here. Psylocke comes with way more accessories than Thanos, obviously. So the star of the show gets basically the budget, which is fine. Fine with me. We've been long overdue for a respectable Psylocke, and we've gotten good ones in the past. For their time, they were okay, but if you compare to this one, you're gonna see that those Psylockes don't stand a chance. They don't hold a candle to this one. This alternate head sculpt with the windswept hair right here with the teeth, mouth open, that's cool. We get alternate hands, so we get these hands right here, and we get this open hand right there for the left hand, as well as a grabby right hand and a fist left hand. So there is no dual fist, there's no dual grabby hands, only one right hand that's grabby and one left hand that's a fist. The only dual hands we get is going to be these right here with the fingers. So that's about it. I like it. I like the variety there with the hands, and then we do get effects for Psylocke. So we do get this effect right here for the head sculpt. So I guess I can try it on, see how this would work. It's actually very difficult to apply. So I'm trying to get it through there's a little peg hole here above the ear, and it doesn't really want to go in there. But ideally it should look something like this, but I can't get it to stick in there. I don't want to break it, so we're going to leave it at that. Then we get these effects here, which are cool. I don't think I've seen these before in the past. There's two of these. They're slightly different. Whoops. And they're like a soft plastic, so they're not going to break on you. And then we get this right hander right here. There's no sword. We don't get a sword here, but we get this not right hand, but effect for her wrist, for her hand. So you should ideally be able to snap it on her wrist, and it looks like this. That's what it's for. And I know what you're looking at right now, so let's just get on to it. Look at this body mold for Psylocke. Insanity, I must say. Long look at the side profile there. Why not? Let's get him out the way, right? Insanity. That's all I'm going to say. I'm keep it at that. It's just very nice body mold. This is the first time they've really did not hold back on a female body mold. I like this mold quite a bit. I think it's great. So the first time they really give us, I don't know how to put it, like I guess a curvy female body mold, thick thighs, you know, thick everything. I'm glad they did it. It looks way better. I mean, it looks just like how she would look like on the comic panel and on the video game. So I'm glad they weren't afraid to finally give us a more accurate representation. And I hope they utilize this body more in the future, for sure. So I do have my gripes a little bit here and there. You could tell that the torso piece is normally the blue plastic and they painted the skin tone on the shoulders. So I don't know if the camera's going to pick it up, but you can see that they don't match because it needs like another coat of paint. I see some blue bleeding through that skin on, you know, a skin paint on that shoulder piece right there. And you obviously you don't see it matching with the shoulder plastic mold entirely. I think it's more obvious because of the light, the harsh lighting. I have it on it right now, but in a normal lit room, I think it's going to be okay. You won't see it too much, but it is noticeable. I got to point it out. I did notice here on the straps around the thigh, there you go, you can kind of see it there. You see these little like brush strokes. It looks like, I don't know, like the little, it's almost like spot control or something like that. Like maybe this was produced and then they saw some paint missing, so somebody by hand covered, like, you know, like quality control almost, but it's sloppy. So you can kind of see how if you look at the strap, it's clean, and there's a little, like a little brush stroke there. The same thing over here. There's another one right back there. I'm curious, does anybody have, man, the glare of the light is really messing that up, but you can kind of see the darker paint right there. And it's noticeable in person. Like if you look at this strap here, it's all clean. But then up here, it's like a little dark, it's a little like blotchy spot. So that's kind of, I don't know, kind of annoys me a little bit. It's not clean. I wish it was all clean, but I guess it's better than having no paint there. But I think they need to clean that up for sure. This doesn't look good like that. So other than that, it's the only spot I noticed that has like a little paint splotch like that. So here's a closer look at the head sculpt, and I think it looks great. This is the normal head sculpt. Just wanted to look at the face and the paint apps, and the hair has some blue paint on it, as you can see. You can see they used a barbell ball joint for the head. Can't go wrong with this one. That looks awesome. So for your action poses, I feel like her left ankle is a little bit loose for my liking, unfortunately. So hopefully we can tighten that up a little bit. But overall, the joints are pretty tight on her. If you look at the joints, though, you see it's pinless, which is fantastic. We got the double jointed elbows and knees. We have the shoulder butterfly joint. We have the diaphragm joint with the lower ab crunch. What a time to be alive. I mean, remember when our female body molds were like the bare minimum articulation out there? Now look how far we've come. So they did sacrifice a thigh swivel. I think they did that for aesthetic purposes, which I agree with here. I don't think I would like to see a line right here. So I'm okay with no thigh swivel here, unfortunately. They could have added it. Actually, no. Holy crap. I take everything I just said back. I didn't even realize it did have it. She has it, as you can see. Wow, Dwight Stoll, I see you. Yeah, that's a perfect, I mean, that's blended, that's hidden in plain sight. Just blended in very, very well. Amazing. I didn't even notice. I thought that was, I was about to say they could have added one on the lower end, like right here. And then when I turned it, it was actually right here. So that's even better. What a fantastic placement there for the thigh swivel. Well done. Double jointed knees are nice and smooth. Ankles, there's an ankle rocker there. So very, very nice. Of course, we know everything else here, but I dig the articulation. This is such a great figure. This is what we need more of for our females. This is amazing. Not only aesthetically amazing, articulation-wise as well. The build, the proportions, it's just, for me, I don't know what else to say. So as for Thanos, I'm pretty sure this is the same body we've gotten before. I think we got this with our King Thanos figure, the bearded Thanos. We're going to bring that one in shortly. If you have that figure, you know what to expect in terms of articulation here. So it's going to be about the same thing here. We have single jointed arms, elbows, we have the pinless knees. When it comes to the torso, it's an ab crunch and a waist swivel there. But overall, I think the highlight of this figure is going to be, if I can get it in frame here, is this head sculpt. I think it looks great. He's got these horns here. I really wish he came with an alternate head that had a closed mouth and maybe the shorter horns. I'll take it, man. I think it looks fine with the smile. It's good to have a different face every once in a while, but a alternate optional head with a closed mouth would have been, you know, icing on the cake for sure with this release. All right, so it is not exactly one for one. They changed a few things here and there, but it's for the most part about the same figure. So if you have if you have King Thanos, then you kind of know what to expect out of this guy. You can see here the difference in blues and the gold as well. The gold on this one is glossy as well. It's a different shoulder guard or pauldron here. You can see the new one, it's a little bit wider on the edges here. Also, the boots are different scope for the boots and retooling for the gloves as well. So that changed. Everything else looks the same in terms of his legs. His torso is it different? It looks like it's the same. So on this one, on the right, they have this portion here painted gold. And then this portion here is there, but it's not. It's just part of the suit. It's part of the blue. So it's not gold on this one. But you can see the sculpt there on the back side too. You can see it there sculpted. But it's gold on the King Thanos and it's not on this one. So obviously you see this one has the bearded head sculpt with the crown, so that's different there. And obviously the Gamerverse version is a lot more vibrant in terms of its saturation for sure as well. So I dig them both. I think this serves very well for a video game / very animated looking Thanos in terms of the vibrant colors like I mentioned earlier. So I actually don't have another Psylocke to compare this Psylocke to, because in preparation of this release, I decided to get rid of my older ones because I knew this was going to be superior. I knew I was going to replace the other ones with this one. And I went ahead and got rid of them and sold them. So now I can replace it entirely with this one. Unfortunately, what I sacrificed was having a comparison side by side in this video. So I don't have one to compare to, but I can pop up an image on the screen. You can just see how outdated they look compared to this new one. And I think the decision there is pretty easy to make. So aside from it being just a nightmare for collectors, for true collectors to obtain, this is a great 2-pack aside from all that negativity stuff. Hopefully that gets resolved and gets better. If you can get your hands on this release, then you're going to be very happy with it. You know, next time they should really consider making this just a regular release. Put it on Amazon, put it on a BBTS. Just make it regularly available. Stop making the good stuff locked behind exclusives. Enough is enough, seriously. Anyways, that's it. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments section, and I will catch you guys on the next one. Bye.